Hey guys, it's Prince and welcome back. So for today, we are going to do our very first comparison vlog. So this is going to be a mini show here in my channel where we are going to compare the same products from different brands. But first, disclaimer, this vlog is made to compare products of different brands to emphasize on their differences. This is all constructive criticism. I made this vlog to share my thoughts and opinions about these items based on my preference in makeup products. So for today, we are going to be comparing multi-use tints, and if you don't know what multi-use tints are, for me, they are basically essential makeup items in an everyday Filipinos. So without further ado, let's start. So for today, we are going to be comparing multi-use tints from two different brands, namely the Colourtint from Colourette Cosmetics and the Hyperdot from Cray Cosmetics. So the point really guys of this video is to make you see what you prefer in these two products kasi I have tried these two products na and they are actually different in terms of formula and a lot more. So yun nga, multi-use tints are basically at the top of the Filipino makeup product favorites. Okay, first guys, I want to show you the Colourtints and the Hyperdots in their packaging. As we can see, they are similar when it comes to the art style. So sa art style nila guys, they are both minimalistic. As you can see, it's really a simple packaging. They didn't overcomplicate it. For the Colourtint guys, as you can see, kung ano yung shade ng product, ayun din yung color ng packaging nila. Really nice when you have those custom moments then. For the Cray Cosmetics guys, it actually reminds me of a lot of the product branding sa ibang bansa. As if you look at it, it's this plain white. Custom din siya guys. Kung ano yung shade ng product mo, yun yung shade ng text pati ng illustration. You're going to be comparing the two shades, of course, the Colourtint in Celeste and the Hyperdot in F2020. Now actually guys, I just bought yung Cray Cosmetics and I am in love with plum shades. Ngayon guys, they are both 299 pesos. Okay? 299 pesos silang dalawa. Porket ba parehas yung price nila? Ibig sabihin parehas na yung value nila? Of course not, because they differ in volume. So this is what the packaging looks inside sa Colourtint. For me, the Colourtint packaging, this new one, is kind of reminiscent dun sa old packaging niya, yung nail polish applicator. Kasi nga, clear dito, tapos black dito. For me, this is very straightforward, very basic, very plain, but not in a bad way. Now, when it comes to the Cray Cosmetics one, can I just say that this packaging is very chic, very modern, very Gen Z TikTok makeup brand vibes. And I absolutely love it. Like I said earlier nga guys, they are both 299 pesos, but they have different volume. When it comes to the Colourtints, this product has 12 ml of product. But when it comes to the Hyperdot, this only has 3 ml ng product. Now guys, am I saying na porket mas madami yung Colourtint, mas maganda siya sa Cray Cosmetics? Actually guys, it's all a matter of priority. Kung gusto mong makatipid, doon ka sa mas madami. But of course guys, they both differ in quality. So we really can't judge a product based on kung gaano kadami naman niya. If we were to compare the two products in its nature, yung Colourtints, you have to shake them before you use them para incorporated yung base oil, pati yung pigment. While kay Cray Cosmetics naman, you don't have to shake them. So let's do a swatch. If you have been using this product, you know what I'm saying by liquidy. So, before I actually apply it, medyo dinidrain ko muna yung doe foot kasi madaming product talaga yung nakukuha niya in one dip. So, actually guys, one swipe, ganyan na siya kadami. Nilayer ko lang para mas malaki yung swatch. But, ayan nga, it's a very pretty everyday plum. Yun actually yung description ng product. It's an everyday plum. And, of course, some of you guys know, the Colourtints have a basic doe foot applicator. When it comes to the applicator guys, similar lang siya kay Colourtint. Basic doe foot applicator. Just by looking at the applicator with the product on, I can tell na magkaiba sila ng consistency. Both are more on the liquidy side and not on the velvet side, but the Hyperdot is thicker than the Colourtint. So let's just watch it here to see if match yung shade nila. If you actually compare, they're not, oh my god, they're not actually similar. Based on what I can see, mas may purple tone si F2020 at mas may red neutral tone si Celeste. So again guys, this is the Colourtint in Celeste, and this is the Hyperdot in F2020. So on my left, which is your right, we are going to use the Colourtint, and on my right, which is your left, we are going to use the Hyperdot. If you are a boss babe, you already know this, but one dip of the Colourtints, you can cover your whole arm. Like tong buong forearm mo, mako-cover mo yan, if not once, twice. That's just how insanely pigmented it is. But it also has a lot to do with the consistency, dahil liquidy siya. Thing that I don't like about its consistency is that sometimes when you use very liquidy products, nagbe-bleed through siya sa mga maliit na lines ng lips natin or ng skin. That's why if you want to use the Colourtints, make sure na na-drain mo ng konti yung doe foot para pag-apply mo, hindi masyadong madami. Ayan. As you can see, one swipe coverage siya. Fun fact, Celeste is actually my first Colourette product. Nung nakita kong may plum na Colourtint, binili ko siya agad. Ayun guys, I just want to say that when it comes to the Colourtints, if you put a little amount, especially when you put a little amount, mabilis siyang mag-set. As you can see, kanina basa pa yung itsura niya, but ngayon, makikita mo na nag-set na siya into a powder matte. Now let's try the Hyperdot in the shade, bango talaga, F2020 sa ating lips. Of course guys, right from the swatch, I can tell that this is going to be different. Mas purpley yung pagiging plum niya. Parang ito mas berry, ito mas perfect plum. Ibang-iba siya guys. So guys, as you can see, ngayon pa lang na magkaiba yung finish niya ng dalawa. Now, based on experience, I have actually used the Cray Cosmetics on its own before. The Colourtint's dry powder matte, while the Hyperdot, hindi siya nagsiset ng powder matte unless you use your finger to dub it or keep on puckering your lip. Honestly guys, I love both of the shades, but this actually is the color that I was expecting from Celeste before. I love Celeste, but when it comes to color, F2020 is the plum that I have been looking for. So now guys, nakita niyo na siya on the lips, we are going to try it on the cheeks. These two products, what I actually find frustrating before when I first used the Colourtints is that sobrang pigmented siya. Like when you use it as blush, ang hirap niyang i-blend sa sobrang pigmented niya. That's actually a good problem, I guess. But instead of putting it directly on my cheeks, I actually put it on the top of my hand, and then I'm going to let it set for like 5 to 10 seconds, and then I'm going to use a blush brush to apply it on my cheeks. Whereas the Hyperdot, ang claim kasi nila guys, one dot, buong cheek na. But when I actually use this shade specifically, medyo nag-struggle akong mag-blend on top of my base. But on bare skin, okay naman siya. It's kind of hard to blend them without leaving mga dots kung saan mo siya first in-apply. I'm going to apply it here sa back ng hand ko. Circular motions lang guys. With enough product. Actually, enough na to para sa both of my cheeks yung amount na yan. If you look back dun sa swatch natin earlier guys, as you can see, matte si Celeste, but si F2020 may shine pa siya. And honestly, when it comes to the lips, I prefer a little more shine. That's why pag nagma-matte lipstick ako, I put a little bit of lip gloss para may shine. Kaya I kinda love the color and the finish of the Hyperdot. However, when I do this, may sticky feeling siya. So I suggest na if you apply it, huwag niyo masyadong i-pucker sa simula. Let it set and then do that na. And if you want it to have a matte finish, just buff it with your finger. Hindi masyado siya nag-set. Dapat kanina ko pakita. Diba? Grabe sis. Lottie, is this you? Oh my god, ang pigmented niya. Ayan ang sinasabi kong pigment. Sumobra na naman tayo sis. So, para maayos ang problemang ito, kumalma tayo at i-blend lang ng maayos. Ang dami ko nalagay. Sabi ko sa'yo guys, ang dami po. Pwede pa yun. Siguro mga pang 3 tao to, both cheeks na. But this is slightly the struggle when it comes to oil-based tints when you apply it directly on your makeup base. Meron siyang tendency na ma-move yung base mo. Ko-contrast na lang yung acne ko dito, no? But that's normal naman. You shouldn't be ashamed of it. A very nice wash of plum. I just use a damp sponge para ma-blend yung edges niya. Now let's try the Hyperdot naman. I actually don't know. I actually think that this won't transfer sa brush. Kasi, based on its consistency, medyo sticky siya. I'm gonna put it here. So, baka may tendency siyang kumapit lang sa brush at hindi mag-transfer. But, let's see. Let's get. So, si-stipple ko lang siya sa brush. Ang ganda! Ang dami ko na naman nalagay. Hala, ang ganda! Ay, gaga, ang baba ng blush line ko. Loti talaga ang endgame natin dito. Hala, ang ganda! Oh my god! Hala, gago, one dot nga lang talaga. Enough na, sobra na to. I love the shade of plum ni Hyperdot. Pero mas bagay pa rin sa akin yung kay Celeste. Simply because I think na mas red yung pagka-plum ni Celeste at mas purple yung pagka-plum ni F2020. So far, when it comes to my preference, F2020 on the lips, but Celeste on the cheeks. Okay, now naman guys, we are going to try them as eyeshadow. So, ayoko nang i-overcomplicate. Bala ko pa nga gumawa ng eyeliner gamit to, pero baka mahirapan tayo dyan. Charot. I'm using Celeste, of course. Word of warning lang guys, matapang talaga ang plum colors. Kahit anong brand man yan, mag-ingat kayo. Pwede ingat-ingat, huwag mumukha kayong binumpog. Huwag mumukha talaga kayong sinapak. So, gamit ako ng brush para i-blend siya sa crease. Alam, ganda. Alam, masyadong bongga. Ang marinig ako with the color tints is kahit dry na siya, kahit nag-set na siya, nabiblend mo pa din siya. I hate that I don't have lashes on right now. I actually want to put lashes on, pero may lash ako, may curler ako, wala akong glue. Galing, di ba? Next, we're going to try the Hyperdot in F2020 dito sa right eye. I'm going to try the same technique here. Anyway, let me get a fresh brush. Kumalat, ang tanga ko. When it comes to this shade, mag-ingat lang kayong mapasobra. Kasi dahil cool down siya, may tendency siyang mukhang sinapak. Medyo patchy lang siya. Pag tinignan mo ng malapit. Like, hindi balanced yung color distribution yet. That makes any sense. So first guys, when it comes to packaging, both the box and the component itself, you can see that they are both very uncomplicated, very straightforward. But when it comes to this part, I actually absolutely love Hyperdot's packaging and the component mismo. It's just very modern, very chic. Now, when it comes to the price, di hamak na mas mahal talaga. Mas mahal talaga si Hyperdot kay Colourtint. And the reason for that is because Colourtint has 12 ml of product and the Hyperdot has 3 ml of product, which means na wala pa siyang kalahati nito. Ngayon, when it comes to the lips, guys, I both love their formula in different ways. Kasi first of all, si Colourtint, meron siyang true perfect matte finish. Well, kay Hyperdot naman, it has a satin-esque, parang not perfectly satin, but it's a matte finish with a little bit of shine, which I love in a lip product. When it comes to the color, this is all a matter of preference, but I actually like F2020 more, kasi for me, it's just the perfect shade of plum. When it comes to blush application, guys, I prefer the Colourtint more kasi mas madali siya dahil nga may talc siya and at nagma-mattify siya. Mas madali siyang i-blend kasi nagiging parang powdery siya. Kasi liquid to powder nga siya. So, mas madali siya i-blend. But when it comes to the Hyperdot, I don't hate it. I just find the Colourtint a lot easier to blend. Pero, they are both really pigmented talaga. Now, for the eyeshadow, they both look good in the end. Mas nadalian lang akong i-blend si Colourtint kasi nga, again, liquid to powder siya. And when it comes to the Hyperdot, maganda naman siyang eyeshadow, pero hindi lang even pag blend mo with the brush or your fingers. Nagiging patchy yung color niya, pero di naman siya pansin. Ayun guys, overall review and recommendation, you can both use them sa mask. However, when you're using them as a lipstick under a mask, I would suggest na i-blot nyo muna yung excess before you put a mask because they both have residue. They're not exactly transfer proof. So, i-blot nyo muna bago nyo siya ilagay. Now, when it comes to the eyes, I actually like to use the Cray Cosmetics one better as eyeliner. Like, feeling ko lang very precise siya. At dahil hindi siya very liquidy, hindi siya nagbe-bleed sa lines ng mata. Whereas yung Colourtint, since very watery nga yung formula niya, pag nilagay niyo siya sa eyes, may tendency siyang mag-bleed. So, if you want to use Colourtint, any shade as an eyeliner, make sure na hindi madami yung kinukuha yung product and you apply a little at a time. I both recommend these products, but they all depend on your agenda. if you want something easy and inexpensive but very worth it at madami yung produkto, I would suggest that you get the Colourtint. Kasi for $2.99, you get 12 ml of product na yung one dip lang, enough na siguro sa 4 na tao yun. Ganun siya ka-pigmented. However guys, the Cray Cosmetics obviously is more expensive kasi for $2.99, you get 3 ml of product only. Now for me, it's not always about the amount. Of course guys, importante din yung amount mong nakuha kasi of course, imagine, nung binili ko siya, for $2.99, I only get 3 ml. Of course, mag-aalala ako nun kasi napaka-konti nun in my standards. However, after trying the formula guys, if you want to get the Cray Cosmetics, it's not something that I would suggest if you are on a budget, but it is quite the experience. Kasi I would associate this formula more sa luxury rather than sa mga drugstores. Kasi nga guys, I really feel that the formula is very luxe and nice. I forgot to tell din pala guys, when I compared the Colourtint to the Hyperdot, walang drying feeling yung Hyperdot. Like, the ibang shades kasi ng Colourtint guys, especially yung mga matatapang like Riley, I can feel my lips drying beneath, or I can feel that there's no moisture at all, which is normal naman, that's why we use lip balm. But when it comes to the Cray Cosmetics, I don't know why, pero I don't feel like my lips are dry at all. I think may kinalaman yung may pagkasatin yung finish. Pero whenever I use this, I actually use this and I went to sleep. Pagkagising ko, I don't feel like my lips are dry at all. By the way guys, I got the other shade nga in Pink Vader. If you want to know the shade match of Pink Vader and the Colourtints, it actually matches the shade Bonnie. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope na makapag-decide kayo kung ano kunin nyo if you are deciding on that. Of course guys, if you want more videos like this, leave a comment below and like this video. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. And last but not least guys, never forget to hydrate and sanitize. That's all. Thank you.